If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, all on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Last time on Lawful Stupid. As you were escorting the Carusos through the woods, Leader Caruso was shot by an arrow, and we left where 3 individuals that you now see as half-orcs. And the leader says, "Sorry about that.
An explanation is in order.
Well, let's see here. If you just come back to my camp,
No.
you'll want to come peacefully." And he winks subtly. "Come with me. I'm really sorry about that act before. Here's the deal. We've killed our fair share of people, but we don't like doing that. So here's what we do. It's fake. It's all just an illusion. We've got a proposition for you. Something easy that will help make the boys think you're dead, but also give us a little bit of fun in the time." You meet up with the camp between the canyon and between the lake, and you see where this grass from the flood in Junga is still down. You're very close to the mountains that you suspect it come from. And the leader says, "Thank you, boys. Thank you, and lady. Thank you so much for helping us get through. We couldn't have done it without you."
There are no boys here.
You know how they make people men, right?
Mustaches.
Dusk approaches as Director Housen, in his very unimpressive office, looks out a large window at the top of the Haven Bay University and peers out at the numerous ships coming in and out of port. There's a knock at the door. "Come in," Dr. Housen says. Agent Sly steps into the room. "So I'm reporting to give you the information you ask about." Yes, come on in, sit down." Agent Sly gives a typical greeting, crossing her arms in an X in front of her body and then bowing to Director Housen. He repeats this to her. As they both sit down, she begins to open up a pamphlet and read some things. "Director, it would seem that Group 3 is doing the best of all the groups. So it seems they have some unorthodox ways of working with one another. It would seem that they are still exceeding our expectations. One thing that we did not expect in Junga is that they would have to fight a marshworm." Director Housen raises an eyebrow at this. "A marshworm?" "Yes, a marshworm. And they survived. This is the most important thing. They did very well against the worm. At least that is what Mayor Shankar tells me. So he was a big help in that. But he says that they did most of the work." "Impressive. Go on." "I have the notes from Breeze here if you would like to hear them, sir." "Of course. But first, tell me, how is Breeze doing?" "He seems to be doing very well. He is still enjoying things up by himself. We hear from him when we need to. Other than that, he stays off the radar." Great. Yes, go on with the 3. Breeze reports that William seems to be the leader of the group, but he doesn't understand quite what he has with Eshi as a power. That is his inspiration for magic, what we call his patron. But he does not understand yet what she is, and it seems that she also does not understand what she is. Okay, understood. Yes, and then there is Miss B. She seems to be the glue of the group, so when things get out of hand, she has the level head. She makes most of the decisions that would guide them in the right direction. She also seems to be a source of comfort and direction for the boys. And then finally, Lucien. It seems here that he needs to be corrupted, is what the Breeze says in the report. He's too pure. In that he doesn't quite understand the realities of the world, as this is his first time being in the real world. And so Breeze here says that Nova's tenets hold him back, that he could be very powerful. Well, it seems that you've put together a team that can do very well. Yes, I went to great extremes to study these 3, and specifically put them together. So it would seem that Team 3, and Director Housen flips to the list of names again. This William, Miss B and Lucian, and he looks back up to Agent Sly. They will be the team. This seems to be the case, sir. Just then, there's a knock at the door. As a man we've seen before, with greasy black hair and a ponytail, glasses, and a white lab coat steps in. It's none other than Dr. Ryan. In his hands, he holds a folder full of papers that are neatly stacked, and something else that is sitting on top of it, this gem that seems to give out this powerful red light. Sir, it seems we have found another dragon scale, and so that puts us at a total of 4 dragon scales. Mm-hmm. And which ones do we have, Dr. Ryan? We have the Pagoma scale, we have the Chinook, Nova, and now, as he holds up this red scale, the Hephaestus scale. And what on movement of the Catacomb Isles? He looks to Agent Sly as he asks this question. The ground troops require reinforcements, sir. It seems that the bodies are getting up more and more all the time in bigger groups. It's getting worse as people begin to come back. Director Housen takes a deep breath and sighs slowly. Does Knight Jeremiah report any variations in the assets that we have stored currently? No, sir. All normal. Though those sparks of life have come from Abel much sooner than normal, but he has not yet awoken. And Knight Jeremiah keeps a close watch on that for just the time when it should happen. Keep me updated on Group 3, Agent Sly. Let all the field agents know to pay special attention to this group. At that time, Agent Sly gestures once more by crossing her arms in an X in front of her chest. She bows and quickly exits. For a moment, there is silence between Director Housen and Dr. Ryan. Dr. Ryan begins to shift nervously, as if waiting for the tension to be broken. And Director Housen speaks first. Doctor, what do we have timeline-wise before the group awakes and we can't do anything to save ourselves? Sir, I'd say based on the calculations I've put together, as he begins to flip through papers, some falling to the ground in typical fashion. It looks like 1 year at this point, sir. And he looks down as if that answer was not a good answer. Doctor, I say that we have 6 months to get the rest of these scales. Your thoughts? Dr. Ryan simply nods. Director Housen walks around his desk over to Dr. Ryan, and he grabs his arm, and there on Dr. Ryan's wrist is some sort of device, almost like a computer. Director Housen pushes a few buttons on Dr. Ryan's bracelet. All right, Doctor. I've just given you access to all the resources you might need to pull in order to make this mission successful. You're good from here on out. Thank you, Director. And he turns to leave. As Dr. Ryan is just about to reach the door, Director Housen speaks up again. Oh, and Doctor, any news on Starbright? Any more visions? Dr. Ryan hesitates, drops his head, and shakes his head no. None, Director, but that doesn't mean he isn't around, of course, and I keep extremely accurate notes anytime I do have visions or hear anything about him. Gotcha, Doctor. Just let me know if anything changes, yeah? Of course, Director. The door closes behind Dr. Ryan, and Director Housen walks back over to his desk, presses a button on a device, and a voice that we know comes through.
Good afternoon, Director.
Yes, it is good to hear from you, Misery. I haven't spoken to you in some time, as you know we stay busy.
Yeah, no worries, Director. What can I do for you?
Misery, I need you to send your team, as soon as they get back from the field, to my office for debrief.
Roger that, Director.
And Misery?
Yes, sir.
They may be our last chance to save Nova Terra. You leave the Crusoes to travel on without you, knowing that they're safe, and they've made their way safely through, and they're going to be heading to the town of Harlow on their way to Red Eye of the West. Presumably the denizens, because you didn't see any of them trailing behind, have made it beyond ahead of this ahead of the Crusoes as discussed prior. And so now you're back on the trail. The trail is hot, and by hot I mean it's wet because the
Moist, some would say.
The flood has still knocked the grass down, and so you're able to keep following this trail. And that's what we'll talk about.
I would like to slowly enter the wet and slick path, and then maybe like exit, and then maybe enter again. And
you're gonna be sloppy if you do that. Can you roll a sloppy roll for me?
I will. I actually, yeah. You'll see this in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
My modifier for sloppy is 4 million.
You are.
I'm the sloppiest, dirtiest boy.
Yeah, you're pretty sloppy. Okay, yeah, you're pretty sloppy if you do that.
Yep, I'll be sloppy.
We follow this path, this like waterway.
That's what I said.
As you do, the trail begins to ascend. Small hills at first. The incline is growing. It's getting much more difficult to climb this area. The trails here are beginning to diminish. And you realize people aren't taking this as much, but this is where the trail of the flood is taking you. Top of this mountain is going to be another day or so. So at night you are forced to camp out. We'll just speed through this real quick. Who's going to be my first lookout?
I will.
Can you roll a d20 for me for perception?
I will roll a d20 for you for perception. I rolled a 12.
Good enough. Just on the outskirts of your camp, maybe within the bounds of that campfire that you have, you're able to see one of those little metallic spiders just on the outside of that perimeter looking at you. And when you make eye contact with it, it skitters away quickly. Nothing else happens. Who's up next?
Be gone from here, you metallic fiend, and tell the rest of your friends out there they'll find no bounty at this camp.
He still has the mustache on.
Miss B will go next.
Well, actually, he doesn't realize that the mustache is gone when Garrett went to sleep.
Oh, so you're still confident
William.
you don't even know it.
He does. What did I say?
Garrett.
Garrett, I think.
You're not Garrett. That guy's dead.
Yep.
Miss B will go next.
Roll a perception check for me.
That will be a 24.
Okay, you two, and this time it's a little bit closer for you. It's within. There's an odd symbol that you see on this metallic spider, and it's like it hasn't sensed you looking at it yet. I don't know if you want to make a move to go over to it.
Could I stealth my way over to spook it?
You're going to need to roll with a disadvantage for me, but yes, you can try.
I will try. Well, the lowest is a 13 or the other a 15, so with stealth, that'll be a dirty 20.
Okay, you're able to get over onto right above it. You're looking down on this. It is just basically a metal spider, and it doesn't seem to have noticed you standing over it.
I would like to use my rapier and stab it to see if I can get it stuck in the ground. Just like pin it.
Okay, roll an attack for me.
Sounds good.
Let me just pull up metallic spider I created on D&D Beyond.
It lets out a screech. Mama spider's coming.
Oh, no.
No, that'll be another dirty 20.
Yeah, you stab it through, and as you do, you hear.
Oh, go back up.
Yeah, as you do, and then it doesn't even have a really big, just enough to like send gears and sprockets, parts of this thing flying around the campfire.
Here's the thing about Sprocket.
Go ahead.
It is the name of the mascot of the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
This episode is brought to you by Minor League Baseball.
The Rocket City Trash Pandas, greatest team in all of minor league baseball. They have not played any games yet, but we look forward to it soon.
Amen. William, go ahead and roll that perception for me as the morning approaches.
Sure. When I start my watch, I'm going to cast as a ritual Unseen Servant, and then I'll do my perception check. It's 10.
Yeah, you don't notice anything that day or at night. There's nothing of note.
Perfect. I command my unseen servant to clean up the camp and stuff like that as I'm on my watch.
That is so thoughtful of you.
Straight up.
Inspiration for saving the planet. I'm kidding. You don't get inspiration for that. That is a way to go, Dwayne. Saving the planet. You clean up. You pack up. And then I guess my thing is I always feel like you guys have to like talk or something, but I'm just going to send you on your way.
I think Lucian is like awoken by this invisible servant trying to roll up his like sleeping bag for him.
Thank you, phantom friend.
You can call him Steve, it's fine. They have names too.
Stephen, thank you, my lad. I remember when I was but a young skullduggerist.
I mean, to be fair, he's less than an hour old, but yeah.
Was I able to collect some of the sprockets? Because I would like to show the boys.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Some of it's burned beyond recognition, but yeah, there's some gears and some things in there that...
Devin was picking his nose.
Scratching the outside. You'll know when I'm picking it, bro. But yes, you're successful.
I saw one of those spiders last night.
Me too.
She shows like the broken gears, and I broke it.
Oh.
You should be more gentle with your toys. What is that?
Now
Some sort
bunch
of-
broken gears.
Some sort of mechanical spider.
So you said there was a symbol on
Attempted
it.
to frighten me, but...
Is it still there?
No, she gone.
Okay. Have I ever seen any machinations like this?
I mean, you guys have seen in the world that you've explored, there are already a number of things that use the same, like gears and pulleys and just that kind of whole
Levers
system. That's the only words I know.
But like
Gears and
this,
pulleys.
though. Like these like little spider.
Not on this
ones.
small of a scale. This is pretty small to and very intricate. Like watchmaker difficulty.
Gotcha. He looks at it. That's pretty impressive. What a fucking nerd.
Is it possible that someone's after the same thing we are? Are we being watched or...
Oh, indubitably.
Yes, good. They can see how a real man acts.
And so, William straight into space. I concur.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Avon?
Yes, us men, burly and strong.
Miss B will stand up straight and hold her arms behind her back, like very proud and tall. Ah, yes, very manly and amazing.
It is
Are we
important
moving
to
on
note,
now?
for anybody who draws this scene, as everybody talks, William gives each of them a mustache, and he can only do one at a time, so it's like constantly shifting.
It's just bouncing around. No, it's it's a fun game when you put a mustache out of paper and you tape it to your TV screen, and anytime it lines up with somebody's face, you drink.
Oh, nice. That is a fun game.
It's a fun game.
Do it. This episode brought to you by TV Mustaches.
This episode is brought to you by TV Mustache Drinking Game.
Yes, let's get crunk.
Let's get crunk 2021.
But yes, we can move on.
Follow me.
You travel, the path is weary, you're a little sweaty. But you make it finally to what seems to be kind of like the top of this mountain, kind of leveled out a little bit more. And you can hear in the distance the sound of water splashing into more water. And it's probably about 100 yards from you that you can see now at the top of this mountain, and what seems to be in a bowl shape, a lake of sorts.
Alright. Interesting.
Interesting that there would be a lake, a body of still water. Yet we hear so much. I'll roll a perception check.
Everybody or just him?
Everyone.
15.
I rolled a 6.
18.
Everyone save Lucian. You smell what smells like a little bit of poop, a little bit of sewage smell wafting off this water.
Boy, am I glad to have failed this roll. Everyone who succeeded gets to smell poop. Lucian is over here just smelling musk.
Am I the only one who smells poor people?
Like, as a hobby?
No,
Poor
just in
people?
general. Yeah, poor people. I like wafted up to Lucian. I'm like wafting air to him.
No, it's blocked by my mustache.
I think the better term for it is kind of smells like shit.
She calls it like she sees it.
I said what I said.
You can't shoot a shitter. Oh, well, there must be some sort of sewage or something.
You guys remember that weird guy that was like a poor man's Elon Musk back in the village? Pretty sure he's pumping shit into the lake.
Do you mean renowned orc scientist Elon Tusk?
I'm pretty sure I
Missed opportunity.
mean Boris.
Boris?
Yes.
I'll be honest. No.
Yeah, pretty sure he's up to this. He's pumping shit up here.
He's just pumping the shit. My evil plan, pump shit uphill.
Sounded good on paper.
It's gotta go somewhere.
Why go through all the trouble to make it go up?
It's just like, we have to put this shit somewhere. Here, the sacred
Have
temple.
you ever tried to make sense of a villain's plan? They spend like an hour telling people how intricate it is. You could have just shot the people, you know?
Oh, cool. I guess we just keep going though, right?
Yeah, let's
Even
go
though it
up
smells like
shit
shit.
hill.
Yeah. Let's climb shit mountain. Cool campaign, Devin.
It took me months to dream of this.
I want to wrap up
my
my
fucking
dress
shit.
up higher, please. Oh my
It took me
god.
months.
Boy.
That's the best I could do.
It took me
Can I find a
months.
fucking...
I got this idea on the John, of all places.
Can you find... Can I find a shit Sherpa? Some kind of shark shaman to guide me up this
I'm
mountain?
sitting there and I'm thinking, what's the worst possible situation you want one person could find themselves in? And I thought, well,
Cloud
in
of shit.
water.
Hey, I'm gonna
It
use
smells like
prestidigitation to make my suit smell like fucking flowers, so I don't have to smell this
I
shit
think you
anymore.
mean sealed in a barrel of horse piss.
Oof. It hits me deep.
That's the worst one.
You're walking along this crappy lake. We call it crappy because of the fish. There's a lot of crappy in it.
Wait, are we going up shit creek because we did not bring paddles?
No, lake. Crap lake.
Oh,
Lake.
okay.
But you also are paddleless. And you see this gigantic, out of place, probably, let me gauge a good 20 feet tall,
Turlet.
as big as it is around, stone. And you can see
Stone
that the top
turlet.
of it is cut off, and that it appears to be, and you don't know how far down, hollowed out.
Mm-hmm. A basin, like a large turlet.
Like the tank of a toilet.
Turlet tonk.
Well, Lucian, do you want to go up there and just take a little look-sees for us?
Yeah, well, when there needs to be getting done, those who do stuff get to doing.
Yeah, real men would climb up there and look in it. Just
A
to
real
see.
man wouldn't hesitate, and that's why I'm not hesitating. I'm climbing right on up there.
My hero.
This episode brought to you by Toxic Masculinity.
One thing we love at Lawful Stupid, among the other things we love at Lawful Stupid, is spreading the word about your business. Or maybe you want to tell your sweet, sweet grandma that you love her for the world to hear. We want to give you that chance. If you're a business and want to get your services on the air, or just want to tell a loved one a personal message, head on over to lawfulstupid.org/message in a bottle. There you can take around 250 words to say what you want. Business ads are $20. Personal ads are $10. Tell the world what you have to hear with Lawful Stupid's Message in a Bottle. As you approach the large basin, there is a gnome in overalls and a plaid shirt, long beard, straw hat that comes out from around the other side of this basin. He's kind of like wiping his hands off, as if he's just finished, like got dirt on his hand or something. And he says, "Well, I guess it's time to." And he sees you guys. He goes, "Oh, what are y'all doing here?"
What are y'all doing here?
I cut your jib, but I ask you first.
I like the cut of your jib, but what are y'all doing here?
And so he does like a wax on move.
I asked you twice. I follow up.
The other hand. And then he does what's called the booty scooty. He turns his butt towards you and like sort of shakes it a little bit.
No, that's against the teachings of the Lord.
Oh, you are? Okay. I just been up here so long, I don't know what's real and what ain't. Welcome.
I ain't done nothing but breathe poo vapors for 40 years.
Oh, I'm nose blind by now. I don't even notice it anymore. Howdy. Thanks for... did you come to visit? Did the mayor send you?
No, why would the mayor send us?
Why wouldn't he? I guess because I've been requesting some company, better food, just pretty much anything else keep me occupied while I'm up here doing the job.
Like flooding the town? That's your job?
No, sir, nothing like that. I'm tending to this lake. He said it's a year to clean out the lake, and that's what I've been doing. But you gotta fill. See this magical stone he's placed here? Fills of water. Takes 2 or 3 weeks, and I use my magic to dump it into this lake, and eventually it fills up, pours over. But I'm getting all the gross stuff out.
Yeah, then flooding the city below.
No, sir. It hits the canyon on the way down. It's fine. I made sure because I didn't want that to happen.
Nope, it floods the city.
What are you talking about?
That's where I came from.
Can you refresh my memory, Devin? Did the flood water smell of shit? Of shite? Smell faintly.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cut and dry then. Sir.
Well, I'm just pretty darn confused because,
how long have you been up here?
A couple months now, 2-3 months. They hired me, and it's a good way to just tell you what better than farming down there.
Yeah.
And so,
no, this adds up. And you said the mayor? Great. Well, you're going to come with us?
Okay, that seems. Well, why? What's going on?
You're what we call a witness.
To
a crime, mostly flooding the city, and bolstering the mayor's reputation.
You're gonna have to back up. So this water here has been flooding Junga.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been flooding your town with shit water.
Oh my! And he takes his hat off, kind of brings it to his chest, takes a deep breath, and like falls back. And he's like, "My family's in town. How long?"
Oh, not anymore.
No,
what?
No, they're probably fine.
Yeah, probably, but the water got pretty high and he's pretty short, so all the same, you should come back and check.
He starts crying. I killed him.
That's a problem.
You absolutely cannot.
Just doing the job I was told to do.
New rule, William. You cannot tell a man that he drowned his family in shit water.
I'll never
You know what, Lucian? That's a very good point. I won't tell another man that he drowned his family in shit water ever again.
Yeah, please don't. Please,
So I didn't
please
catch
never.
your name.
It was me. I did.
Quit blubbering. What did you say your name was? They're fine. They're fine. It was a test.
Well,
You love them.
I do love him. My name's Sean.
Sean. Okay, thanks, Sean. Again, how does this fill up? Is that, do you do something? Is it just magic?
Are you sure my family's okay? I feel like you're just telling me that so I'll calm down and
Yeah,
talk
no,
to
they're
you like an
great.
old person.
Look at me. Would I lie to you? I smile.
And I look over. He looks over to Lucian.
Who's nodding profusely?
He says you, and he looks. Then he looks over to Miss B. Are you guys lying to me?
Don't look at her. That's rude. You didn't ask.
Okay, so let me just be very clear. I don't think that your family is hurt, but I also have no proof that it happened.
No, listen. Your family's not hurt. They just smell really bad.
There have been
That's
no
probably the
reported
reality
deaths,
of it.
so we should be fine.
Oh,
Your house just
Yeah, I know.
your house probably just smells of shit.
well, I kind of always did.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's awful.
Anyways, I got to get back with you. So you said, how does it work? Well, I've just been waiting.
Yep.
It just magically fills all the time. If it's pointed up, it fills magically with water, and then I just use my magic to tip it over. And that's it, over and
Okay,
over
but
again.
if it fills all the way to the tippy top, does it flow over or does it like stop
It stops.
until you pour it?
It stops. That's why I'm here.
Okay, great. So
gotta,
you're done here. You're done. Don't pour it. Don't tip it over anymore.
Okay.
That's how you kill your family. You haven't so far, so kudos.
You keep saying
but
that,
also,
and I don't really like how you're putting it because you just keep saying
well, that's fine. But also, why are you doing this short of being paid? Like,
That's it. Better pay. I don't have to be in the sun, like slaving away all day, working hard, tilling up the ground. I just use my magic.
sure.
Tip this over.
But why is the water shitty?
I
Yeah,
don't know,
that's
man.
my
It ain't.
question.
It ain't the water in here. It's just. I think he said there's something underneath the lake, makes it stinky, and that's what I was doing. Is filtering that out.
What's under the lake?
No, I don't know. That's it. He just said it's just some stinky layer that's there, and I have to filter it out.
You think someone's pumping poop up here?
I don't know, man. I hadn't seen nobody. It's just been me. That's why I was happy to see y'all until you keep telling me my family's dead, and I really just wish I never met you.
Let me just ask you a real quick question. Did you tell your family what job you got before you left?
Well, I wasn't too sure what to call it. I just, the mayor came to my house personally, and he said, Sean, you're the man for the job. One, because I got the magics to do it. Two, because he knew I was reliable. I'm up before the sun, and I'm up long after it goes away. And so I am the man for the job. I'm reliable.
No, but I was just asking because I was thinking, like, you're Timmy, 3.5 years old. You thought you were gonna go play today, and then you're drowning in shit water.
Well, I mean, it kind of stinks, but it ain't that bad.
No, you're drowning in literal shit
I'm
water.
not
and then
I just dumped the water. Now, the flooding's new to me. I did not know that. That is new to me.
Well, I was just thinking, like, the worst thought you could have is like, oh, didn't my dad just say he was gonna go be shit lake guy? My father did this to me, so at least that didn't happen, and you should take comfort in that.
You keep saying like things that make me think not
Right.
be dead.
Have you looked at the bottom of this ocean by chance?
The motion of the ocean.
It's
Yes.
I mean,
Of this lake?
it's just pretty. You can't really see the bottom. It's so no. I guess what
But so you have no idea what's under here?
Could be anything.
I don't got no idea.
Well. All right. Well, I guess you're coming with us. then.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going
Hey.
on in the family.
I have an idea. I think we need to address the root cause of the issue here.
Okay.
And get rid of the thing that makes everything stinky. That's probably. I mean, that's probably what's causing. Please take this mustache away from me. It's a curse.
All right.
Please.
Yeah, and
I
Sean
I
rips
take
it
it
off.
away.
I got you, bud.
Thank goodness.
Doesn't hold up to inspection. It's an illusion.
All right. Okay. So we probably need to get to the bottom of this lake, and so we need to see what's down there. And I had an idea. I'm not sure if you would be willing to, William.
Okay.
If it involves me going into Shit Lake,
It does
I
not
doubt it,
involve
but go
you
on.
going into Shit Lake, I promise.
okay, I'm more interested.
So, hey, can you do me a favor, Sean? Can you cover your ears and like hum a little song?
What song's good?
The Rosa Alabama.
Rose Alba. Oh.
So hey, you know how that pin of yours it can like see and do stuff, and it's like Deshi, right?
Yeah.
What if could you maybe throw the pin in the lake, and then
Ooh.
and then yeah, no, you're almost there.
What's that?
And then she would sink to the bottom, and she would be able to see everything, and then you can just whip her back.
That's not how it works. I can't just boop her back.
All right.
I could just create a
I'm
new
back
one and
again.
ask for a new one. Yeah, no. Just one more memento.
And one more
there,
verse, Sean.
Second verse, same as first.
So
Here
I
we
want to
go.
ask Eshi. Hey, Devin, I need you to be able to hear. Hey, Eshi.
Looks like someone needs me.
Yes, unfortunately. Hey, you can like pass through matter, right?
As a matter of fact, I can.
Yeah. Do you think you could swim to the bottom of this here shit lake and determine what's down there for me?
Ooh. Sure.
Okay, great.
You just asked her to swim down into
So
Shit Lake?
here, but I think
She passes through
I
matter.
don't know how this works with your pen. This is new territory for me.
Oh, first of all, the pen's not going down there unless you tell me it needs to. She's a patron. Like, she's not.
So she.
Like, you realize the pen is her vessel,
Yes.
right? Like, think of it as a genie, like a lamp. If you want Genie to go
Well-
somewhere, you don't have to throw the lamp.
Well, that's the thing is, have we explored her being out with you yet?
Yeah, that she's been like sitting next to me and stuff like that. I didn't realize that she like is attached to the pen. I mean, it makes sense if like you're saying that as a DM. I don't really care, but that's not how I imagined it.
The way that I've outsider looking in, because I don't know what you guys discussed, I kind of always thought she was like trapped in the pen because she's like a really powerful. Like she would just go do other stuff if she
So
could.
what Dwayne and I sort of, he found this pen, and then like the connection took hold to him at that time. So I guess if we discuss kind of the pen, is the pen now just like the thing that holds, like you keep it because that's what had her? Because I think if you lost the pen, honestly, she would not go away. Now the pen just has some benefits for you.
Well, I can make the pen again because she's my patron.
Yes.
She's the one who gifts me the pen. So if it gets destroyed, I can just make another one. So to me, it's her avatar. I'm seeing that at her will. Like the pen is just the genie lamp situation.
I'll say she can go a certain
Now,
radius.
if you're telling me I have
from
to toss
you.
the pen down there, it's fine. I'll do it. But
Are we saying that as she exists somewhere outside of the pin, and she gave you the pin as like a totem?
Well, that will come up later, but we kind of, yeah.
Well, so I got the pen. That's how I met Eshi. But Eshi, as my patron, grants me the pen.
Is it feasible to say? Because I'm just spitballing here, just a little world building talk with the world builders. Is it possible that she's so powerful that while her will is doing other things elsewhere, she can have a manifestation of herself inside of the pen?
I think that's
I mean-
what she's doing.
Yeah, she can for sure.
Much.
But she also doesn't know her own power because she doesn't have all of her
Right.
memories.
So a piece of her is almost disconnected from the whole.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And that I have the small piece of her essentially.
And is that piece restricted to that pin? Is that
No.
so that piece?
No, think of it like a fiend patron.
it's-
kind of how he like does whatever he wants, really.
that piece is anchored
Yes.
to the pin, not bound.
Well,
in,
to
but
that device, so if the
anchored
pin gets
to.
destroyed, then, like he said, he can create another one, and it's just kind of this thing,
Right, but
an attachment.
She's more anchored to me,
Well,
rather.
So the pin is destroyed. It's gone.
Yes.
I can't talk to Eshi right now, but I can make a new pin and talk to her again.
That's not the way it reads in the book. It essentially it reads like your patron grants you another vessel. after an hour of magical work.
Because it kind of just benefits you to be able to use that item, like, for example, the pen to disappear into.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's a place to like have rest or whatever, and like later you can get your whole team in there and stuff like that.
So here's what we'll do. I think she can go, let's say, up to 100 feet of you.
Cool.
And so she can go down and see and report back what she sees essentially. And that's that.
Perfect.
I'll have her
So I
roll
do
I don't know if we put any, her stats can be your stats as far as investigation. So roll investigation check for me.
Oh, an investigation check? Oh, shit. Well, I'll just take whatever roll. I mean, it's a 4 then. Because I've rolled a 5 minus 1.
Okay, so what she comes back to report is just that the bottom of the bed of this lake, and she's going to tell you it's probably about 10 feet deep. So it's really, she really going to have to go that far. It's
fucking shallow. All right.
Yeah, murky. It's very murky, and black. So where it should be clean and clear because they're dumping fresh water in all the time, it's just very murky and black at the bottom.
Alright, it's real gross, hard to see, very dark, nasty ass water. Didn't really get to... Go ahead. Oh, what the fuck?
Is there a source of the corruption?
Not that she was able to ascertain. That being said, I'm a real fucking idiot. I have fucking shape water. I'm gonna go over to the edge of this and start casting shape water to make this water, its opacity be translucent, so we can start seeing.
What's the
different sections? I can do 5 foot, 5 foot cube at a time.
Okay. For expediency's sake, roll a d20 for me.
19.
Okay, it takes you 19 minutes to walk as you walk around and do this. 19 minutes later, so shape water, is that is that a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you about 19-20 minutes to find, and you end up realizing it's on the other side of the lake. There's a spot about 5 feet down where there is a large metal, like a galvanized pipe that's coming in. And you see every few minutes, there's like brown, essentially feces, is coming into.
Hey, remember when I told you Boris is pumping shit up into this lake and you both kind of laughed? I found his shit pipe.
Oh.
How can that even be his shit pipe? It's...
Hey, Miss B? You see how I'm making this water clear with magic? Probably just using magic to pump shit uphill.
This is so much compared to how many houses I feel like he's told us he has with plumbing.
It's called infrastructure.
It's called fiber. I have a idea. Why don't we plug up this pipe and see where it backs up?
Plumbing 101.
Yeah, go right ahead, boss.
Hey, where did Devin get the inspiration for this? What happened to him recently? Go ahead.
Okay, so let's brainstorm. How are we gonna get the...
No, just dive on in. Plug it up with something.
Sean says,
I
don't
would
even
love
think
to.
about it,
Welcome
pal.
back,
I ain't
Rob.
getting in there.
What are we gonna plug it up with?
That's what you got.
That's what.
What's
How
in
big
your
is the pipe?
I would like to look around for a giant rock. I don't know.
How
I
big
know
is the
there's one
pipe?
giant rock.
Hey, yeah, how big is the pipe? How big is
Yeah,
the pipe?
let's
Is
do
it
that.
5 foot? Is it 20 foot?
Circumference of that pipe, buddy.
It's circumference 5 feet.
William, when he sees this, he goes, it's about 5 feet around. Looks very carefully at the gnome. The gnome
I already said
circumference.
you better be looking somewhere else.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably too small.
But what can we use to plug up this pipe? If only my wife were here to take a shower.
You could plug it in.
With all the fucking.
You have enough hair.
I could freeze it, but it wouldn't last long.
Name your sex tape.
If you can freeze it
For an hour.
well, here's what I'm thinking. If we gathered wood, we could align it into like a rough gate shape, and then you could freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it made out of?
Galvanized steel.
Yeah. Yes,
I could firebolt it and melt it.
Well, it's
as we squish it
underwater.
in. You can move the water with shape water.
So he's gonna move the water away so that you can hit it with fire, so that we could like that seems a little fucky. Can't we just like throw just like a bunch of wood in there?
Yeah, if you want to go get chopping, my friend.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't mind hard work. I'm just saying, like.
What if we see if we could maybe determine the direction of this pipe and follow it that way?
Well, here's the thing. It only has to last long enough for it to like back up for us to know where the issue is and like who's behind it, because they'll be literally covered in shit. So if you can freeze it just long enough for that to happen,
So I can freeze it for an hour and we could wait here and I can just keep refreezing it until it backs up.
I think that's the play.
I feel like we would be here a while though, because it's gotta like back up real good though. What's the rate? Is this like gushing, or is it just like a little?
About half of that circumference. Every, I'd say, 5 or 10 minutes has some coming out.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be here for a few hours. We need something solid to back this thing up.
What can we see around us?
You really just got a lot of rocks. There's not even a ton of trees at the top. I mean, you could travel down probably 15 minutes or so and find a sparse amount of trees. Really, you just got stone, broken stone.
But like, how much stone? Are these like bigger stones?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm a fool. I have a plan. You see these big ass stones? They're really heavy.
Uh-huh.
Well, I say we get about 500 pounds worth of them and clog this bitch up.
A tensor's disc worth amount.
You've heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can totally do that.
Yeah.
So
I begin working on casting my floating disc.
So you just cast the disc, and then we'll load it up with rocks, and you just break concentration after you float the disc over the pipe.
Yeah, I can actually just float it like pretty much right in there.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we do that.
Okay,
Yes.
500 pounds would definitely be enough to cover up, at least cover up the front of this thing. And so as you look at it, you see that there's still a little bit that wants to squeeze out the sides, just a hair.
Be a dear, and maybe just... You said you have firebolt?
Yes.
Maybe like seal that up with some heat.
Sure thing. What do you want me to do,
remove
Devin?
the water first, or is she just gonna shoot?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna move the water. Yeah, I'm gonna move the water. Make it easy. I haven't done enough heavy lifting with this weird kit of magical spells that I have.
Okay, so you use firebolt on it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that. So you see that it is sort of hardens even some of that poop that was coming around the edges to almost seal it like its own glue.
Shit, Adobe.
And you check on it, and after
Make a house out of
ample
this
amount of
shit.
time passes, you don't see it coming out anymore.
Great. We've clogged this up. Sean, good work.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey,
I do my best.
Hey, Devin.
Uh-huh.
I have a few ways to do this, I think, that make sense.
Okay.
But I'll tell you that my long goal objective, I would like to purify the water of this lake and return it to like a pristine state using magical powers.
what I'll tell you is that it will. Well, you're not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because I don't want to give you the answer. I mean, this isn't really a puzzle, honestly, but I could. But I don't want you to get stuck here because the thing is, this will, depending on how you guys do this next part, will take care of that. You know, depending on if you find where the source is. Like once it stops, it'll filter out eventually. Like, you know, Sean can come back up here and actually get it out. But as long as it's filtering in.
But like what I'm saying is, in order to save Sean that effort or whatever comes next, I would just like to magically purify the lake, and I have a few ways to do that. So
okay, let's do it then.
So I could either do like a purify food and drink situation.
That could take a while though, right?
That could take a while. Or what I'm thinking is this is a little creative. I can use ceremony, everyone's favorite spell, and I can turn water into holy water.
So okay.
So
what level spells do you have right now?
I think a third level spells do I have access to? I'm not sure, honestly. Let me look. Definitely second. Yes. Yeah, second level spells.
And how many slots do you have for that?
I have 4 level 1 slots and 2 level 2 slots, but I've already used 1.
Okay. So what do you see if you use ceremony? What does that look like for you?
Well, ceremony is a ritual, so it's like I would have to like get components. I would have to like do a large prayer and like, you know, get everything just right, and then actually bless this water.
And so timetable wise, how long does that take?
An hour.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. So I think you do that, and so are you trying to create like all at once this, or like is there a small amount that will clean out, you know, like, you know, if you drop, was it oil and water, once you see it spread?
So it's basically, I think it is a prayer. It is this communion with Nova, and I'm just asking her to use her light to cleanse and purify this water and remove any sort of darkness from it. And whatever she does, she does.
I think as you guys begin to set up camp, it begins to rain a little bit. And you set up a place. There's a place maybe you go and you're standing under these rocks. You don't have to put up a tent or anything. You've got some natural cover there. And you begin your ceremony, and you're being rained on as you sit out next to this lake. Are you kneeling, or, you know, hands down, facing the ground, or what's your kind of your posture for that?
Yeah, I think that it's I'm kind of hunched over because so much of his ritual involves light and flame. So I think he's like got this rocky alcove where he's kind of sheltered in from the rain, and he's lighting these candles, and he's kind of building up this altar.
As you do that, so the clouds are rolling in, and you begin to hear thunder. It's coming in a little heavier and heavier, but everyone else is still, I guess you guys are under the rocks. You're still trying to get out of the rain. Miss B, William?
Oh, 100% under rocks. I got my fucking servant working on the fire, cooking us up some food.
I think Miss B would be right on the edge of like where the shelter is versus where the rain is. Just watching everything out there.
And Sean says, well, I ain't seen a rain like this, and well, it's been a few weeks now. What do you say, Lucian, as you do this prayer? Kind of what's the wrap up to this ceremony?
It's just, I humbly request this of you as your servant, Nova. Please grant us your life.
And a lightning bolt shoots down, striking the water, erupting a lot of it into the air, steam filling the air.
Who's steam?
And it doesn't clear immediately. This lake doesn't. And it doesn't even clear that night. And so you guys go to bed and you take your watches. But I think as you get up the next morning, particularly whatever watch you would normally take, morning hits and the sun reflects off of this lake. And you happen to look over and see that as clear as day, you can see to the bottom. And the pipes are still holding up currently. Sean says, well, I guess we better get on to getting while we got some pretty weather on top of us here.
Yeah,
Sorry I put you out of work, Sean.
Oh, it was always temporary anyways, I imagine. Just back to the old life, and I'm happy with that. I'm a simple guy.
Your wife and kids that are definitely alive.
We hope so. You make the couple days back down the mountain, down the hill, back into the wooded area you came through before. You don't seem to be stopped as you come back through by the captain and his brother and sister by any means. But as you exit the forest back over that land bridge, you see waiting at the end is a large brown bear and 2 wolves. And it's almost like you hear the brown bear say, "Get him." And that's where we're in the episode.
Ah, bears!
Oh my.
Is that a large wolf?
If a bear shits in the woods, do you smell it?
Oh, shoot. I don't know, man. I figure if you just, if you can't smell, well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
Fuck, he's
Yeah,
right.
just presentation that smell away.
That's
Everybody,
what real
thanks for
heroes
listening
do.
to. That was officially episode 9 that we just recorded. So I appreciate you being on the journey. Trying to move this thing along. I don't know how I'm doing as a DM. Don't care. Players, you guys having fun?
Yes,
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a good
we're
time.
having a great time, Dad.
Thanks, son. And speaking of doing good things, Chainsaw, take us away.
Hey everybody, it's me, your boy Chainsaw, here to talk to you about this charity for this month that does exist and is...
Girls Who Code. Girls Who Code.
I thought we were in a new month.
Nope. This is the March 22nd, should be, episode.
Hey man, Girls Who Code. They don't smell like poop.
But you can if you want. We're not saying you
But
can't.
you can if you want to, but mostly they don't. And they're very cool and important, and you should help them out and go give them some money, like this. Like this.
What's that roll? Let me see that.
It's an 18.
Bro, they've gotten the best rolls of just about any charity we've donated to. I think.
No, I make my rolls up, guys. I make my rolls up. I just think I'm so cool.
That's a dig at somebody who left a review. We don't know who you are, but thank you.
I know the fuck you
Earned
are.
us all.
Steven Grit. No, I'm just like, I did like a reverse IP. I tracked this guy down. Anyway, that was the roll for humanity.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll be donating that. And then we should be doing them for one more month, and then we'll be moving on to another source that we will donate to, and we often let our patrons do that. So if you're not a patron yet, feel free to do that and jump in. You can get your vote in for who we should give our money to.
But I got one.
Yeah. Just go to patreon.lawfulstupid.org and you'll be able to cast your votes in. It'll be great.
Hey, if you want to support the show in more ways than just listening, you can go on over to store.lawfulstupid.org and you can get yourself some merch. You can get stickers, you can get shirts, you can get a mask if you don't want to hide your mustacheless face, or if you do want to hide your mustacheless face. You can get shirts of all the logos, and probably by the time you hear this, even the Campaign 3 logo. So, like, it's going to be nice.
Nice. All right. Well, if that was it, then I have the opportunity to leave you one with this. If you're going to talk about us on Twitter or Instagram, right, you use the hashtag StupidCast. By doing so, you enter yourself into an opportunity to have Chainsaw sing a song with whatever your handle is. He'll rhyme it, and that's a promise.
I'll do it.
He'll keep.
That's a treasure.
My story today. The good news story is.
Hey, Devin.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read some reviews?
We have reviews.
We have reviews.
Shoot from the hip, partner.
Yeah. Okay. So this one says, this is from user Fergie K52, which is a good name. A grand old time, 5 stars. This podcast walks the tightrope between serious storytelling and fun, silly humor expertly, with friendly banter that happens organically between a good group of buds who all seem to have a knack for telling a tale and creating characters who are engaging and you can't help but root for. Lawful Stupid is a podcast that I get excited for the release of every episode. It makes the Mondays just a bit more bearable. Thanks, Fergie.
Yeah, that's good.
We've got from Yankee Texan, says 5 stars, creative and funny. One of the best group of people to play the game. They keep it natural and don't try too hard to be over top. They just have a lot of fun and are a tremendous joy to listen to. Thanks, Yankee Texan. We have We have a few more. Very good, much funny. 5 stars coming from The Hunter 899. I am only a few episodes in while writing this, episode 15. However, it is funny / interesting enough to have me listen to all of the early episodes and completely ignore all of the early stage sound quality. 6 out of 5 stars. I'm glad to see episodes are still coming out to this day. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, so I always think it's funny when we get somebody who starts from like episode 1. It's like, oh, we've been doing this for like 3 years. Good luck, dude.
A while.
You can binge it in about a month if you really want to, I think.
You gotta go hard in the paint, man.
And if you wait till episode 21 where you have good audio, then we call that ginging it, because he's our audio guy, and it sounds real good after that.
Binge it right up. We have from Aaron Primus Prius. Awesome pod that definitely won't leave you behind. 5 stars. Hello, folks. My name is Aaron, and I have been listening to Lawful Stupid for all of Campaign 2. Eventually, I will get to see one, I promise. Anyway, the cast is $ amazing. They keep things fun and lighthearted while still delivering interesting and deep characters. Sean, that's me, does a wonderful job as a DM, even if he struggles for names of random NPCs or the DM. And cannot go wrong with this podcast if you enjoy laughs, occasional ridiculous moments, and of course, dragons and gold. Don't forget the gold. We have our final review. This is the last one I have. It says, amazing, 5 stars. Fun characters and players all around with amazing and funny banter. If you can imagine the events that happen in a podcast named Lawful Stupid, it will happen and will make you laugh. Their banter at the end really derails some moments, and it is amazing.
Oh, see,
all in all,
okay.
I fucked you up there.
Yeah,
I did a little dramatic pause. All in all, really nice people and amazing stories. So that came from Vinellin. Vinellin is a beautiful, wonderful person.
He's one of our $50 patrons as well, and but he can't be in here because we just a little late on the East Coast. So we do love our $50 patrons because, one, I mean, you guys make it possible for us to do a lot of stuff outside of just recording, and you support us in a big way, but you also get to hang out with us live. We have several that are with us right now, and we love having them in here. That's Afa, Sean Tiffany, and Nakava. I hope I said that right. Anyway, so my good news story. IKEA buys 11,000 acres of U.S. forest to keep it from being developed. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but what they don't tell you, when they say developed, they mean like developed into like a housing or something like that. But what they don't tell you is that all of that woods that they're doing, it's going to be turned into IKEA forest or furniture.
The spirit of the deep wood is restless. For too long, trees have been taken. Too long, their children cut down. The spirit of the forest had an idea. Then, eye for eye, sapling for child. An accord was struck twixt the U.S. government
and the people of IKEA.
And the Lord of the Forest. Fuck you, dude, that was so good. An arrangement was struck between the United States government and the Lord of the Forest. We needed an intermediate. Someone who was known for their neutrality.
Swedish. We needed IKEA.
You mean the meatball guys?
we needed IKEA. So IKEA did work as an intermediary to kind of go through the peace talks with the United States government. An accord was struck. We settled on a certain acreage of trees that cannot be touched, will never be touched. They are preserved forever. And if ever a leaf should be harmed from one of those trees by a child of man, it will bring about the end of days.
Long story short,
It's important to know that the Lord of the Forest is also the Stag Lord, so if that kid would have never dropped his fucking thing in the canal, the Stag Lord wouldn't be here. We'd be fine.
A lot of my alternate endings for these stories will be involving some sort of ancient forest deity that is a skeleton head with antlers. That is primarily what I'm going for here. So,
also, if you plant your child in this forest, a tree grows. It's just if you put a seed in the ground
in your wife,
the baby grows. It's science. Deal with
a sapling will grow. You'll get a tree.
Avon, you got any words of wisdom?
You get camellias.
I'm just wondering, what about a child of woman instead of a child of man? Would they be okay?
Oh, they'd be better.
No, yeah. They can do whatever they want.
Child
Ain't nobody, Stag Lord included, can mess with the wrath of a woman.
If a child of woman harms a single leaf on any of the trees in the protected IKEA zone, the tree just says, "Thank you, ma'am," and asks for another. The tree says, "Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. My bark. It's so rippled for you."
We love you.
Your what if question brought to you by Avon today. That will be my bet. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Wonderful. I love it.
Ding. She clocks out.
Goodbye.
But seriously, though, we love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you very much. Bye.